Hello, good morning one and all. I am Dr. P. Shivkumar, Associate Professor in the Department of CSE. So in the previous session, we have learned about the various kinds of loops like while loop, do while loop and for loop. And we have seen the basic difference between the entry control loops and an exit control loops. My question is, till now, the things what you have learnt is the difference between while loop and a do while loop, and the difference between for loop and a while loop, right? So entry control loops are for loop and while loop, whereas an exit control loop is do while loop. Now as a part of it, we are going to continue a very important topic called nested loops, which plays a major role in writing a C program, some complex programs using nested loops. And after that, we are going to see a very important statements in C programming called break and continue statements. Let's go deep inside. The main aim of the session will be, you have to familiarize with nested loop and what are the main use of it and what are the benefits of using this nested loops. And we can implement these nested loops for all the three kinds of loops what we have seen, like nested for, nested while and nested do while. And after that, the main learning outcomes of it will be, at the end of the session, you people will able to understand the basic importance and the basic syntax of writing a nested loop, like for nested, while nested and do while nested, with a small basic examples. The next is, we'll see how to write the basic syntax and how to develop a flow chart of a nested loop is. So a loop inside a loop is called a nested loop. As you know that nesting is nothing but one inside the other, right? So this is called a nested loop. For example, if you people anytime went to a Tirupati to see Lord Venkateshwara, then you can't see directly because there will be around 5 to 6 doors in order to see Lord Venkateshwara. First what they'll do is, they'll open the first door, inner door, next they'll open the penultimate door and so on. In such a manner, we have to use the definition called a nested is nothing but a loop inside a loop is called a nested loop. In the same manner, a door inside a door is called a nested door. Just like that, a loop inside a loop is called a nested loop. So we have to implement this nested loops on while, do while and for. Let's see the syntax and the definition of while loop, nested while loop. So as I told you, a while loop inside another while loop is called a nested while loop. A loop inside a loop is called nested while loop. Why, sir? Why we are going to implement this nested loop? What is the necessity of using this nested loop in C programming? That's what your question in your mind is. Yes, the answer is, in order to implement this nested loops, the main important thing is you can able to represent the data in the form of a two-dimensional matrix. Whenever you are implementing a nested loop, it is nothing but you are implementing a two-dimensional matrix. It represents a matrix. As everyone knows that a matrix is nothing but collection of both rows and columns is called a matrix. In the same manner, a nested loop is also tells about a matrix representation, where the outer loop tells about the number of rows you want and the inner loop tells about the number of columns you want. That's what a nested loop tells about. Remember, my dear students, a nested loop is nothing but just compare with the matrix. As you know, a matrix is represented in a square bracket where it contains rows and where it contains columns, right? This is called a nested loop. Let us see with a syntax of writing a nested while loop. If you carefully observe on the left side of the screen, you can the first thing is, we start with a while followed by the condition. In the bracket we are going to write the condition, as we already seen the syntax of writing a while loop. Then this loop is called the outer loop. Remember, the first loop is called the outer loop, and whatever statements you want to write, you can write down the statements, and the next loop is called the inner loop, where again we are going to write the condition and followed by the number of statements whatever you want to write to execute, that statements are going to write inside the inner loop. So a loop within a loop is called a nested loop. So the first loop is called what, my dear students? It is called as outer loop. Very good. And the another loop what is written inside another while loop is called the inner loop. And a very important point here to remember is, once the condition of a outer loop satisfies, it goes inside to the inner loop, inner while loop. Once the inner while loop condition is satisfied, it goes to the inner while loop statements. And the important thing what you have to understand here is, once the inner while loop condition gets failed, then only it goes to the outer for loop. I am repeating, my dear students, whenever the inner while loop condition fails, then only it goes to the outer for loop. Whenever the outer for loop condition also fails, then the program will be exits. Remember, this is a very important point, because since this is the first time you are learning a nested loops, once again I'll just tell you how this nested loop will be evaluated. So I'm repeating. First, it checks the inner while loop condition, outer while loop condition. If this is satisfied, it goes to the inner while loop. If inner while loop condition is also satisfied, then the loop will be continuously repeated until the condition is true in the inner loop. Once the condition gets failed of the inner loop, then it goes to the outer loop. Once again, if the outer loop condition also gets failed, then the program will be exit. Then we are going to come out of the loop or come out of the program completely. This is the way how we have to write a syntax of a nested loop. My dear students, what I told you, what is the definition of a nested loop? A loop inside a loop is called a nested loop. See, you can see the syntax over there. Let's see with a small example, so that you can able to write whatever programs which is related to patterns. Remember, most of the looping programs are used to design patterns. Sir, what is the use of writing patterns? My dear students, there is a company called Zoho. Where the starting package is around 8 lakhs for a fresher. That company mostly concentrate on only designing of patterns. If you are familiar, if you are good in designing of patterns, then obviously you will be selected for a company called Zoho, and your initial package will be 8 lakhs per annum, right? So that's the importance of nested loops and patterns are. So for designing the patterns, ultimately if anyone asks you in the interview, your answer must be, sir, we are going to use a nested loop. Is there any specific loop, sir, for finding the pattern? No, you can use any type of loops. We have 3 types of loops. You can use while, you can use for, and you can use do while, right? Now let us see how to design this pattern. In Telugu, very simple, my dear students. The girls, what does a girl generally during a teenage, what they'll do during a Sankranti festival? They'll put muggu. Yes, my dear girls, yeah, you'll put muggus. That muggu is nothing but this pattern. A pattern is nothing but, in Telugu you can say a muggu. You are going to design. If you are good in designing, then obviously you'll be selected for a company called Zoho, right? So let us see how to design a pattern called dollar followed by dollar, etc., etc. So this is the way how you have to design the pattern. Now, if you carefully observe, how many rows are there in my program and how many columns are there in my program? If you see this example, there are 5 rows and 5 columns. 5 rows and 5 columns are there in order to design the pattern. Just assume that it's a matrix. This is a matrix where in the first row only $1 is there. In the second row we have $2. In the third row we have $3. This is what a matrix. Now tell me, what is the size of the matrix, my dear students? This is called a 5 by 5 matrix. It's called a 5 by 5 matrix. Let's go deep into developing a code of writing this pattern. Let's start with the main function. As everyone knows that every C program starts executing from a main function. Before that, yesterday in the previous session I told you the importance of stdio.h stands for standard input output header file. Very good. Most of the students know the answer. The answer is there in their minds, but still you have to practice such type of patterns so that you can crack any kind of interview. Anyway, so let's go into the program. Every C program starts with a main function, my dear students. Yes, immediately we go inside a main function. You have, in the previous class also I told you the difference between an initialization and a declaration. Now tell me, my dear students, which one is initialized and which one is declared? Yes, most of the students have the solution in the mind. Sir, I is equals to 1 is called initialization, j is nothing but declaration. Yes, is the answer is there in your mind? Yes, very good. Those students who got the answer in the mind, those are correct. Let's see how this pattern is going to be designed in the next step. So once I is equals to 1 and j is not initialized yet, it goes into the first initial while loop. This is called outer loop, outer while loop first. What is the I value, my dear students? 1. What is the condition I wrote? 1 less than or equals to 5. Yes, it goes inside. Now I have initialized j value. What is the j value, my dear students? 1. Is 1 less than or equals to 1? Yes, that's true. Then is 1 less than or equals to 1? The inner loop also satisfied. Then go inside. What is printing, my dear students? What it is printing? Dollar. So in the first line, dollar will be printed on the screen. Very good. Immediately what you are doing, my dear students? J plus plus. So what is the initial value of j? 1. Now your updated value of j will be how much? 2. As I told you, once the inner loop condition gets failed, then only you have to go for outer while loop. So what is the condition in the inner while loop? J less than or equals to I. What is your j value? 2. What is the I value? 1. Is 2 less than or equals to 1, my dear students? No. Your answer is no. Now tell me, will you go inside the while loop or will you go for an outer while loop? Yes, my dear student, most of the students are giving a right answer. Your answer is we have to go to the outer while loop, because as I already discussed that once the inner loop condition gets failed, obviously it has to go to the outer while loop. Before that, we have written some statements in inner while loop. What is that statement? Printf \n. As everyone knows the importance of a \n, yes, it goes to the new line. So my cursor will be waiting in the second line, because first line is over, j condition gets failed. Then immediate statement is printf \n. So you have to go to the new line. My cursor waits in a new line. Immediately what statement I wrote, my dear students? I plus plus. Very good. What is the previous I value, my dear students? It is 1. Now tell me what is the I value? Very good. I value will be 2. I value will be 2. Again it goes to the outer while loop. Here it comes. Now updated I value is 2. Again, is 2 less than or equals to 5, my dear students? Is 2 less than or equals to 5? Yes, very good. Again go inside. J again starts with 1. Because I am in second row, first column. That's why remember, I stands for rows and J stands for columns. First row is completed. Now you are in second row, first column. See, this is the cursor where I am waiting to print dollar. So what is the position here? This is my second row and this is my first column. So I value is 2. I represents rows, J represents columns. So I is 2 and J is 1. Again, what is the inner condition I wrote, my dear students? J less than or equals to I. What is your J value? 1. J value is 1. What is the I value? 2. Is 1 less than or equals to 2? Yes. So this condition is satisfied. So I'll write here so that your J value is 1 and your I value is 2. 1 less than or equals to 2. Yes, the statement is true. Then you have to go inside, and what you have to print, my dear students? Dollar. So the cursor is here. It prints in the second row, first column, it prints the dollar. Immediately what you are writing, my dear students? J plus plus. What is the J value before? 1. What is the J value now? It becomes 2. Very good. Again it goes to inner while loop. What is the J value, updated J value? 2. Now tell me, what is the updated J value, my dear students? 2. What is the I value, my dear students? 2. Is 2 less than or equals to 2? Yes, again the condition is satisfied. It goes inside the while loop and prints dollar in the next. By giving a space, it prints dollar for the second time in the same row. Again what happens, my dear students? J plus plus. Your j value, what is there in the previous value of j is 2. Now your updated j value will be 3. Now tell me what is the condition, my dear students, in the inner while loop? J value is 3 and I value is 2. Is 3 less than or equals to 2? What is your answer, my dear students? Very good. Most of the students are giving a right answer. Your answer is the condition gets failed, sir. Yes, your answer is right. The condition gets failed. What I told you, once the condition gets failed, it comes out of the loop, and where the cursor is going to wait now? It comes to the new line. So my cursor comes to a new line. It is waiting in the third row and waiting there to print the dollar. Immediately what I am doing, my dear students? I am doing incrementing the I value. What is the previous I value, my dear students? It is 2. Now it is going to print the I value as 3. The updated I value is 3. Again it goes to the outer while loop. Again it goes to the outer while loop. You have to be very patient while listening this nested loops, because so many conditions and increments and decrement operators will be performing in a single example, so that you have to be very cautious while listening to this nested while loop. So you are updated. What is the I value, my dear students? It is 3. What is the condition we wrote? 3 less than or equals to 5. Yes, the condition is true. Again the j value starts with 1. So the updated j value, again it starts with 1. What is the inner while loop condition? J less than or equals to I. Yes, j value is 1 and I value is 3. Is 1 less than or equals to 3? Yes, the dollar will be printed. Now tell me what happens next. By this time you will be able to know, you have a guess in your mind what will be the next value. Yeah, very good. Your j value will be incremented. J will be 2. 2 less than or equals to 3? Yes, another dollar is printed. Very good. What is the next value? J will be 3. Is 3 less than or equals to 3? Yes, again another dollar is printed on the screen. $3 is printed. Now tell me what is the next value of j. Very good. The j value will be 4 now. Now tell me, is the condition is satisfying? Is 4 less than or equals to 3? No, the condition gets failed. Immediately what you are doing, my dear students? Come to the next line. My cursor is waiting here in the 4th row and I will be incremented. Very good. What is our previous value of I? 3. Now what is I value? 4. Again tell me what is the j value starts with? 1. Very good. Again what is the condition? In inner while loop, 1 less than or equals to 4. Very good. The first dollar is printed, j will be 2, second dollar is printed, j will be 3, third dollar is printed, j will be 4, fourth dollar is printed. J will be next, last step, j will be 5. Is 5 less than 4? 5 less than or equals to 4, my dear students? No, the condition gets failed. Then again what happens, my dear students? It comes outside the inner while loop and comes to the new line. The cursor is waiting in the new line. Here I am waiting for printing a dollar in the 5th row. I plus plus. Very good. What is our previous value of I, my dear students? It is 4. Now your updated value is 5. Again tell me what happens. Your j value starts with 1. Again same condition. What is the inner while loop condition, my dear students? Very good. J value is 1, I value is 5. Is 1 less than or equals to 5? Yes, first dollar is printed. J will be 2, 2 less than or equals to 5? Yes, another dollar is printed. J will be 3, 3 less than or equals to 5? Another dollar is printed. J will be 4, another dollar is printed. J is 5, another dollar is printed. Now what is the j value? Very good. The j value is 6 now. Is 6 less than or equals to 5, my dear students? No, the condition, since 6 less than or equals to 5 gets failed, the cursor comes to the new line. And what you are doing, my dear students? I is incremented. I value is incremented. Now what is the I value, my dear students? The previous value of I is 5. Now your I value is 6. Now see the outer loop condition, what you wrote? See outer loop condition, I less than or equals to 5 you wrote, but what is the updated value of I now? 6. Is 6 less than or equals to 5, my dear students? No, the outer for loop condition also gets failed. Now I told you, if the outer while loop condition also gets failed, what happens? I told you, it comes out of the program. The program gets stopped. At that time, what is there on the output screen, my dear students? This will be the output you can see on the screen. $, $, $3, $4 and $5. This is the way how you have to implement, how you have to design patterns using nested while loop. Now let us see the same example in nested do while. Very simple. just only the syntax will be changed, my dear students. Everything remains the same. The conditions and the statements, everything will be the same except the syntax. In a do while, the syntax is first you start with a do followed by statements, again you open one more do followed by statements, and this is called the first inner loop condition, and the another bracket closed parenthesis, another bracket is closed, this is called outer loop condition. As you know the syntax of a do while, but this is a nested do while, a do inside a do and a while inside a while, right? A do while is a nested do while where you are the outer condition, if the outer loop condition gets failed, then you will be coming out of the loop. Once if it is satisfied, then only you have to enter inside a while loop, inner while loop. So the only syntax will be changed and everything remains the same. Let's see the same example, how to print a dollar pattern with do while. Say, as usual, we start with a do followed by j equals to 1, again inner loop, inner do. First we are printing a dollar in the first row. What are you doing, my dear students? Immediately you are doing j plus plus. What is the j value? 1. Now your j becomes 2. What is the condition of a inner while loop? Inner do while loop is j less than or equals to I. What is the j value now? 2. Less than or equals to I. What is the I value? I value is 1. Is 2 less than or equals to 1, my dear students? No, the condition gets failed. Now tell me, will you go to do or will you go to the next statement? Very good, my dear student. Most of the students have the answer in the mind. I will go to the next statement. So what is my next statement? What I wrote here? I plus plus. Very good. So your I value will be incremented, that is I value will be 2 now. Immediately what you have written, my dear student? Statement printf \n. So my cursor is waiting in the new line, right? Followed by while I less than or equals to 5 is the condition. What is the I value, my dear students? The updated I value is 2. 2 less than or equals to 5? Yes, 2 less than or equals to 5. Again it goes to the inner do, again j starts with 1. Again it goes to do and print dollar in the next line. So in the second line it prints dollar. Again j will be incremented. So what is what is the updated value of j before? It is 1. Now your j becomes 2. What is the condition of inner while loop? Do while loop is 2 less than or equals to 2. Yes, very good. The condition is satisfying. So it prints dollar for the second time. Now tell me what happens in the next step, my dear students. Very good. Most of the students are giving the answers. Your updated j value will be 3, sir. Yes, your answer is right. 3 less than or equals to I. Your I value is 2 and your j value is 3. Is 3 less than or equals to 2, my dear students? No, the condition gets failed. What happens, sir? Immediately it goes to the next statement, I plus plus. So your updated I value is 3. Very good. Updated I value is 3. Immediately what is the next statement you wrote, my dear students? Printf \n. So my cursor is waiting in the third row, and same, it checks the condition. Is 3 less than or equals to 5? Yes, my condition is true. Again I go to inner do, and finally in the third row it prints $3, and in the fourth row it prints $4, and in the fifth row it prints $5 and it exits, and finally I becomes 6. What is the outer loop condition I wrote? I less than or equals to 5. What is the updated value in the last step we got? I is equals to 6 we got. So the condition gets failed. 6 less than or equals to 5, the condition gets failed and it comes out of the program, and finally if you see your output screen, it prints dollar in the first row, $2 in the second row, and so on. This is the way how you print a pattern using do while loop. So in the same manner, the same program can be printed using for loop. This is the syntax. A loop inside a loop is called a nested loop, as I told you. So you know the syntax of a for loop in the previous session, where we are going to write all the statements in one place, like initialization followed by semicolon followed by condition followed by increment or decrement operators. A loop inside a loop, you can see on the screen that for loop is inside a for loop is called a nested for loop. Let us see the same program to print dollar with the help of nested for loop. Very simple. This is the way how you have to print the pattern, following pattern using nested for loop. As usual, I starts with 1. Is 1 less than or equals to 5? Yes, go inside. J starts with 1. Is 1 less than or equals to 1? Yes, go inside. What you are printing? Printing dollar on the first time. Now what happens, my dear students? Inner for loop, it goes again to the inner for loop. J will be incremented. What is the j value? 2. Is 2 less than or equals to 1, my dear students? No, the condition gets failed. Now what happens, my dear student? What I told you, if the inner condition gets failed, it goes to outer for loop. So it goes to the outer for loop. Your I value will be incremented. What is the updated I value, my dear students? Yes, 2 is the updated value. Again check the condition. Is 2 less than or equals to 5? Yes, again go inside. Again j starts with how much, my dear students? Your j starts with 1. Very good. Now see the condition what I wrote inside our inner for loop. J less than or equals to I. Is 1 less than or equals to 2? Yes, correct, it's true. And print dollar on the screen in the second row. What happens next, my dear students? Will it go to outer for loop or will it stays in inner for loop only? Yes, most of the students are giving the right answers. The answer in the mind is, sir, I will be in the inner loop. What happens next? Your j value will be incremented. Very good, your answer is correct. J will be 2 now. What is the condition we wrote? J less than or equals to I. 2 less than or equals to 2? Yes, the condition is satisfying. So again it prints dollar for the second time in the second row. What is the next statement, my dear students? J will be incremented. Very good. J will be 3 now. Tell me what is the condition I wrote? 3 less than or equals to 2? Yes, my dear students, your answer is right. Sir, this condition is getting failed. What happens? Will I come out of the program or will I go to outer for loop? Very good, your answer is right. So I'll go to outer for loop. In outer for loop, what is the I value will be? Very good, the answer is 3. What is the condition I wrote? 3 less than or equals to 5? Yes, the condition is true. Again j starts with, in the inner loop, j starts with 1. Is 1 less than or equals to 3? Yes, it's true, 1 less than or equals to 3. The condition is true. For the first time, in the third row, dollar is printed. What happens next? Will I come out of the program or will I go to outer for loop or will I be in the inner for loop? Yes, my dear students, most of the students are giving the right answer. Your j value will be incremented. 2 less than or equals to 3? Yes, again second dollar is printed on the screen. Will I come out of the program or will I go to outer for loop? Will I stay in the inner for loop? Yes, my dear students, your answer is right. The j value will be incremented. Your j value is 3, the condition is also getting satisfied. So the third dollar is printed on the screen. Now tell me what is the next step. I know what's there in your mind. Your j value will be incremented, my dear students. Your j is 4 now. Now tell me, is the condition is getting satisfied? 4 less than or equals to 3? The condition is not satisfied. Then what happens? Will I come out of the program or will I go to the outer for loop? Yes, my dear students, your answer is right. I'll increment my I value. I'll go with I equals to 4. Again, what is the condition I wrote, my dear students? I less than or equals to I less than or equals to 5. So 4 less than or equals to 5. Now what is the next step, my dear students? Sir, again I'll go with j equals to 1, sir. Your answer is right. Again I'll go with the condition, sir. 1 less than or equals to 4, sir. Again your condition is also satisfying. So I'm in the fourth row. So how many dollars is going to print? $4 will be printed. Now what is the next step, my dear students? I becomes 5. Is 5 less than or equals to 5? Yes, again j starts with 1 and goes up to 5. Now tell me how many dollars will be printed in the fifth row? Very good. $5 will be printed in the fifth row. So this is the way how your pattern is going to be designed with the help of nested for loop is. So in the same manner, you can you just try these examples of printing. There are ample of patterns you can able to design with the help of nested loops, and some of the patterns, important patterns are, you have to print 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, etc. on the screen with the help of a nested for loop, and this is called a star pattern. This is the way how you have to print a star pattern, right? Your output must be looks like this. You can write a code, you can try a code for it, and this is one more pattern. This is called Floyd's triangle. It's called a Floyd's triangle, where in the first row it has to print 1, followed by 2, 3, and so on. This is called the Floyd's triangle, and you can able to design ample of patterns with the help of nested loops, right? And there is a very important website called Code for Win. Is a website where you can able to find some hundreds and hundreds of patterns which are already designed. Don't see the logic, my dear student, don't see the solution in it, just see the question and try to develop the solution by your own, right? This is the basic importance of nested loops. So next we are going to continue with a very important topic called a break statement and a continue statements in C. The break statement and a continue statements are the keywords which is used to stop the program completely, or which is used to continue if the condition is also satisfied. I want to continue my program, then in such cases I'll go with continue. If I want to stop my program completely, then I'll go with break statement, right? This is the difference between a break and a continue. These statements are called jump statements in C. If anyone asks you in the interview what are the basic jump statements in C, your answer must be break and continue. Break is used to completely break, come out of the program, and jump, whereas a continue is used to continue even if the condition is satisfied. Let's see the difference with a small example. What is the syntax of writing a break statement and a continue statement with the help of this flowchart? You can see while condition, if the condition is true, then I want to break my program. What do you mean? What I told you the importance of a break? Completely coming out of the program. If you want to completely come out of the program, use break. No sir, if the particular condition is satisfied, still I want to continue my program, then you have to go for continue. That's what the difference between a break and continue. So if the condition is satisfied, I want to break the program, means I want to completely come out of the program. In do while, same, the only syntax will be changed, my dear students. Loop, we have three types of loops. We can implement the break in any of the loop. So if you want to implement in do while, same, do, if condition, if the condition is true, I want to break my program, completely come out of the program, then I use a break statement. In a for, same, for all the statements, initialization, condition, updation, if the condition is true, I want to break, I want to come out of the for loop, then I use break. This is what the syntax of using a break statement. Remember, a break statement is called a jump statement. You know what I mean by jump? Jumping is coming out of the program. Let us see with a small example how to implement a break statement in C programming. I want you people to try what is the output of the following program. Because I have used a break statement, there will be a little bit confusion how to write a how to execute the program and how to analyze the solution of it. For that, I'll just give you how this program will be executed. The remaining programs you can try by your own. Let us see. I have taken int I. Just I have declared a double number because I have not used anywhere, but I have just declared. No problem. So the main code starts from here. For I is equals to 1. Very good. Is 1 less than or equals to 20? Yes, the answer is true. Just go inside. What is the condition I wrote? If 1 modulus 5 equals to 0 or not. Is my condition is true or false? I want the answer, my dear students. Yes, most of the students are telling, sir, it's not. It is false because 1 modulus 5 is not equals to 0. Will it goes inside if, or will it comes out? So it goes to the next statement in the program, print I. So I will be printed, that is 1 will be printed on the screen. So after 1 is printed, your I will be incremented. What is I value next? 2. Again, if I will be 2 now. Is 2 less than or equals to 20? Yes. 2 modulus 5 equals to 0? No. Again the condition gets failed. Will I stop my program or will I print the I value? Yes, my dear students, your answer is right. I will print my I value. 2 is printed on the screen. What is the next I value, my dear students? 3. Is 3 less than or equals to 20? Yes. Again I am going inside, I am checking the condition. Is 3 modulus 5 equals to 0? Again the condition is wrong. Will I stop my program or will I print I value? Yes, my dear students, your answer is right. I value will be printed on the screen. What is the updated I value next? I will be 4 now. Is 4 less than or equals to 20? Yes, the condition is true. Again, you have to check the condition. 4 modulus 5 equals 0. No sir, the condition is false. Will I break the program or will I continue with I value printing? It prints the I value. Very good. I is printed 4 on the screen. Very good. Now what is the updated I value? Now see, a very important point comes here. I is 5. Is 5 less than or equals to 20? Yes, go inside. So what is the condition I wrote? If 5 modulus 5 equals to 0, whenever this condition is getting satisfied, I want to stop my program. I want to completely come out of the program. So is 5 modulus 5 equals to 0? Yes. What I am writing, my dear students? Immediately I am putting a break. Once you put a break, I want to completely come out of the program. I will come out of the program, and finally what is the output you can able to see on the screen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be printed on the screen. Very good. So this is the way how you have to use a break statement or a jump statement in C programming. Now I'll write one more condition and tell me what will be the output. If I modulus, I'll write here, if I modulus 2 equals to 0, that's what the condition I wrote. Now tell me what is your answer, my dear students. What will be printed on the screen? Yes, my dear students, your answer is right. Most of the students have the solution in the mind. Sir, only one will be printed on the screen, sir. Then what about 2, 3, 4, 5, etc.? Yes, because you are writing a condition I modulus 2 equals 0. Initially I will be 1. Is 1 less than or equals to 20? Yes, the condition is true. 1 modulus 2 equals to 0? No, the condition gets failed. Will it breaks or will it goes to I value printed? I will be printed on the screen. Very good. Next, I will be 2. Is 2 less than or equals to 20? Yes. Is 2 modulus 2 equals to 0 now? Yes, sir. 2 modulus 2 is 0. Then what I wrote immediately? Break. Just come out of the program. Completely come out of the program. Then what is the output you can see on the screen? 1 will be printed on the monitor. So this is the way how you have to use a break. Whenever you want to just come out of the program, use a statement called break. That's the importance of using a break statement. And similarly, continue. The continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop and continues with the next iteration. Whenever the condition is satisfied, that particular statement will be skipped. The remaining iteration will be continued. Whenever if you want to continue, then use a statement called continue statement. See the syntax. Instead of break, I wrote continue. That's the only syntax. That's the only change you have to do. Instead of putting a break, you continue it. Whenever the condition is satisfied, I want to continue. So you put a continue. Whenever my condition is satisfied, I want to put a break. I want to stop. Then you have to use break. That's what the difference. Let's see the same example with continue. Now tell me what is the output for this program. I want you people to tell the answer for the following program. Very simple, my dear students. My output, directly I am writing the output. Check whether it's there in your mind or not. My output is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now tell me, my dear students, 5. Whenever I becomes 5, when I becomes 5 less than or equals to 20, yes, go inside. 5 modulus 5 equals to 0. Yes, sir, the condition is satisfying. Even though the condition is satisfying, I want to continue with the next iteration. So I wrote what, my dear students? Continue. It continues to the next iteration. It won't print 5 on the screen. It continues to the next iteration. It means that I will be incremented. I will be 6, but 5 won't be printed on the screen. It just skips that iteration. So I become 6. Again 6 less than or equals 20? Yes. Is 6 modulus 5 equals 0? No. So 6 will be printed on the screen. Now tell me what is the output, my dear student? 6, 7, 8, 9. Now tell me, my dear students, whenever I becomes 10, now tell me, is 10 less than or equals to 20? Yes. What does this condition tells? 10 modulus 5 equals 0? Yes, the 10 modulus 5 equals to 0. The remainder is 0. Now tell me what I wrote there. Continue. If I wrote continue, then what is the answer, my dear students? I skip that iteration and I go with the next iteration. So my I becomes 11 now. I becomes 11. So 10 won't get printed. What is the next value it prints? 11, 12, 13, 14. Now what is the 15 will be printed or not printed? Yes, my dear students, the answer is correct. Very good. Sir, 15 won't get printed is there in your mind. That's the right answer. So 16, 17, 18, 19. Will 20 gets printed? No, because the condition again gets satisfied. I wrote continue. So what is the output I can see on the screen, my dear students? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is skipped. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is skipped. 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 is skipped. 16, 17, 18, 19. Right? This is the way how a continue statement will be useful for printing the numbers. These two statements are called jump statements in C. So if you want to break completely, if you want to come out of the loop completely, will you use a break or a continue? Very good, my dear students, you have to use a break statement. Sir, if my condition is also satisfied, I want to continue with my next iteration, then which statement you are going to use? Continue. This is the basic difference between a break and a continue. So you can practice ample of programs with the help of break and continue. I hope everyone understood the basic importance of using a break and continue as well as nested loop. Thank you one and all. Thank you.